Nico Schlotterbeck latest as Bayern Munich's Dayot Upamecano linked to Arne Slot's Reds. Borussia Dortmund's center-back Nico Schlotterbeck is more likely to be a target for Liverpool than Bayern Munich defender Dayot Upamecano, Reds expert David Lynch has revealed. The Merseysiders will return to action on Sunday against Manchester United at Anfield in the Premier League, and they will hope that center-back Upamecano is fit to start after he left the French national team last week due to injury. Konate is out of contract at the end of the season, so the Reds may have to get used to playing without him sooner rather than later, but the club have been linked with both Schlotterbeck and Upamecano in recent days. Speaking to Sports Mole, Lynch suggested that links to Schlotterbeck were more realistic than those to the Bayern man, saying, "Schlotterbeck makes a lot more sense for Liverpool, and he's the better player as well. Upamecano's got mistakes in him. Liverpool might see it as an opportunity to develop him, but there are weaknesses there in Upamecano that would get exposed regularly in the Premier League. Schlotterbeck, on the other hand, is someone they definitely do like and have watched. Whether that becomes anything or not, we'll have to wait and see. That one might be more for the summer rather than January." Upamecano's deal with Bayern is set to expire in the summer, so perhaps rumors of a move to Anfield have emerged because of the nature of his contract situation rather than genuine interest on behalf of the Reds. Nico Schlotterbeck assessed, "Does Arne Slot want a different style of defender?" Schlotterbeck predominantly plays on the left for Dortmund, and though he is a combative duelist, he has won 71% of his aerial duels in the Bundesliga this season. His best asset is his ability to play out from the back. There are arguably few center-backs as capable in possession as the 25-year-old, and given the Reds were reportedly interested in Dean Huijsen this past summer, it appears that Arne Slot is prioritizing on-ball ability in his defensive targets. When asked by Sports Mole if Liverpool are looking for better ball players, Lynch indicated that that was the case, saying, "You can see it in watching Liverpool play this season, that they need a passer in central defense. That wasn't previously the case that you needed two brilliant passers at center half. They had one in Virgil, and they also had Trent at right back, who was an unbelievable progressor of the ball. Andy Robertson was quite underrated in that regard, but the point is they didn't necessarily need two elite passers at center back. But now they've lost Trent. Now that Robertson's not in the team as frequently, there's a real lack of progression from that back four, and it's becoming a big issue. When teams sit on Liverpool and they press high, they're really struggling to find ways around that. With Trent Alexander-Arnold out, Liverpool need more ball-playing defenders, relying mainly on Virgil van Dijk. Reports suggest the club are preparing for possible exits of Upamecano and Joe Gomez. Konate is linked with Real Madrid, while Marc Guéhi could replace Gomez. Interest in Schlotterbeck and Upamecano also hints at plans for defensive changes. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. PSG's Lamine Yamal dream. French giants still determined to somehow lure Spain wonderkid away from Barcelona in sensational transfer. Messi comparisons. Yamal expected to win Ballon d'Or. Comparisons between Yamal and Messi have been made ever since another exciting left-footed forward stepped out of the famed La Masia Academy system. Yamal is now a European Championship and La Liga title winner with Copa Trophy and Golden Boy awards to his name. He finished as runner-up in the 2025 Ballon d'Or vote, behind PSG superstar Ousmane Dembélé, but is expected to collect several golden balls over the course of his career. It remains to be seen where he is plying his trade when the most prestigious of accolades come his way. PSG have history when breaking the bank on Barcelona stars. Barcelona have no intention of parting with another prized asset, having reluctantly been forced to let Argentine GOAT Messi leave for Paris in 2021 once it became apparent that a contract extension for the South American icon could not be funded. Yamal is being paid what he is worth, but it has been suggested that he could be talked into taking on a new challenge at some stage. PSG hope that situation will play into their hands. The big spending League One giants are one of few clubs that could afford to put an enticing transfer package in place. A history-making deal would likely be required in order to lure Yamal away from Catalonia, but PSG smashed the world transfer record when splashing out €222 million, pound 193M / $257M, on Neymar in 2017, with that agreement also being reached with Barcelona. PSG still want Yamal, previous claims of bid were rubbished. A report from respected French journalist Romain Molina claims that Yamal remains on the radar of those at Parc des Princes. He has said in a video on YouTube, "In Doha, PSG's owners are Qatar Sports Investments. They say, we want him. In Doha, it has been decided that they want him, whatever it takes, one day." Yamal is now tied to terms at Barca through to 2031, which would appear to make him unattainable. PSG are said to have already tested the water when it comes to a possible deal, although claims from inside the Barcelona camp that a formal offer was tabled that came from France have been rubbished by those in Paris. That bid was said to be worth a staggering €250 million, £211 million, and those are the kind of numbers that would be required in order to tempt Barca into a sale. They will, however, be doing all they can to snub any interest. Blaugrana president Joan Laporta has said of Yamal, "Lamine is a genius. We have to support him and give him the best advice, but he is already much more mature than other boys his age because of what he has been through. This fame could overwhelm him, but he is handling it very well. The way to treat him is to help him. He will make mistakes like everyone else, and perhaps more so because he is very young. He is a lad who makes himself loved." Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Jurgen Klopp sends out strong message to Liverpool fans about Florian Wirtz after disappointing start to season by £116 million man. Former Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp has sent out a strong message to Reds fans about new signing Florian Wirtz following the German midfielder's slow start to life at Anfield. Wirtz moved to Merseyside on a blockbuster £116 million, $156 million, transfer from Bayer Leverkusen in the summer, but the star player is yet to deliver with a goal or an assist in the Premier League and Champions League. Wirtz under fire after slow start to life at Liverpool. The Reds broke the bank in the last transfer window to rebuild their squad as they emerged as the Premier League's highest spenders in the summer. A large chunk of the amount spent in the window went on securing Wirtz's signature from Bayer Leverkusen as the Premier League side broke the British transfer record. Wirtz had enjoyed tremendous success at Leverkusen during his 5.5-year stint in the Bundesliga, and as a result expectations were very high for the Germany international. The 22-year-old, however, has failed to live up to the hype thus far, as he is yet to score a goal or provide an assist in the Premier League or in a Champions League match. His sloppy form at the start of the 2025-26 campaign has naturally drawn criticism from pundits in England, and the club's recent slump in form, losing 3 games in a row, has raised further questions on Wirtz's abilities. Klopp hails Wirtz as a once-in-a-century talent. Despite the chatter in the UK over Wirtz's form, former Liverpool boss Klopp has sent out a strong message to Liverpool fans while defending the German star. Speaking to Sport.de, the legendary manager said, "His quality is so outstanding. The discussions are a bit exaggerated. Liverpool just lost 3 games in a row, which is unusual, but that's also normal in life. And that's why such things are discussed there. Now I've been in the middle of such discussions long enough and can say, nothing could interest people there less than the public discussions. Wirtz is a once-in-a-century talent, and at some point he'll show that in every game again, just as he did at Leverkusen. Wirtz has Nagelsmann's support, not just Klopp, but Wirtz also has the backing of Germany national team head coach Julian Nagelsmann, as the 38-year-old fiercely defended the midfielder amid all the negative talk. Ahead of Germany's upcoming World Cup qualifier against Northern Ireland next week, Nagelsmann Sport 1. Even if he hasn't scored a goal, he's the player who creates the most chances in the Premier League. It's not his fault if his teammate doesn't create them, and the statistic isn't even a third of the truth. He simply has to get used to the league. I've seen him feel completely liberated. He knows what he's capable of and how things work. Not everything has always been handed to him. He'll work hard now, too." Wirtz will hope to regain form. Wirtz is looking to build up some form during the international break with Germany. The 4-time world champions registered back-to-back World Cup 2026 qualification wins, having opened up their campaign last month with a surprise 2-0 loss in Slovakia. They, however, quickly bounced back with a 3-1 home triumph over Northern Ireland and then thrashed Luxembourg 4-0 on Friday night. The European heavyweights now seek a third successive victory when they travel to Windsor Park in Belfast on Monday night. The Liverpool star netted in the reverse fixture against the Green and White Army and will hope to bag his second qualifying goal on Monday, ahead of the return to domestic duties next weekend. Arne Slot's side get their Premier League campaign back underway by welcoming rivals Manchester United as they seek to end their current losing streak. The reigning English champions have lost their last 3 competitive fixtures, with a 1-0 Champions League defeat to Galatasaray sandwiched between late Premier League defeats at Crystal Palace and Chelsea. The back-to-back Premier League defeats also led to Arsenal overtaking them in the league table and grabbing pole position. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Premier League striker identified as Plan B for Vinicius Jr. amid contract tensions. Real Madrid have reportedly identified Manchester City striker Erling Haaland as their ideal candidate to replace Vinicius Jr. if they cannot come to terms on a new contract. Los Blancos will continue their season on October 19th against Getafe, and they will hope that forward Kylian Mbappe is available for the clash after he suffered an injury on Friday while on international duty with France. If the Frenchman does not recover in time, winger Vinicius Jr. will be expected to carry the team's attacking burden in that La Liga clash. Despite the fact the Brazilian has been central to many of Real's successes over the years, there have been several reports of a rift between the attacker and the club's hierarchy over a contract extension, with his current deal set to expire in the summer of 2027. Diario Sport claimed that if a breakthrough cannot be reached, Los Blancos would look to sell the winger and bring in Manchester City striker Erling Haaland, who has the backing of former Borussia Dortmund teammate Jude Bellingham. Should Real Madrid sell Vinicius Jr. in the summer transfer window? There is no doubt that Vinicius Jr. is among the best forwards in the world when he is at his best, but there is an argument that the need for him in the team has somewhat lessened since the arrival of Mbappe. While the Brazilian scored 20 goals in 51 games last term for Real, Mbappe scored 42 times in 55 matches, significantly more than the former managed even in his best ever season for the club in 2023-24. It should be noted that neither player is particularly strong without the ball, and playing 2 defensively weak players in the forward line could be problematic for boss Xabi Alonso, who has implemented an aggressive style of play. Allowing the 25-year-old to enter into the final year of his contract would also be dangerous, so perhaps selling while they can still recoup a high fee would be a sensible approach. Does Erling Haaland suit Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso? Alonso has shown a great willingness to adapt his play style as a manager, with the 3-4-3 system that he used at Bayer Leverkusen ditched in favor of a 4-man defense at the Bernabeu. The Spaniard has also changed how Real attack, as while the team were often passive under previous boss Carlo Ancelotti, the current side often press high and create scoring opportunities from turnovers of possession. Haaland has rarely had the opportunity to demonstrate his brilliance during counterattacks under Pep Guardiola, but his goal against Arsenal on September 21st highlighted that he is able to dangerously power through opposition defenses once the ball has been won. Signing the Norwegian may also benefit Mbappe, who predominantly played from the left in his career prior to joining Real Madrid, and Haaland's arrival could facilitate the Frenchman's move back into a wide position. Subscribe.